Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we are picking up on the 25th of March 1964. Before we get started on the gameplay, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback, and a bit of an apology. Because in the UK this weekend is a bank holiday, my wife has extracted a promise that I'm going to be a bit more sociable to our house guests that we're going to have on Saturday, Sunday and Monday. So for that reason, this video, which will come out on the Monday, is actually being recorded very early on the Saturday morning before I actually release the previous video in this series. So apologies, I cannot really give you any feedback on any comments posted on that video. Therefore, this video is going to be very much a continuity play. Now, if you watch the previous video, you'll be aware that I've really moved the date forward. I think the last video ended somewhere back in the autumn of 1963. The reason for that is that I'm getting a little bit frustrated with this ore processing plant. So what I actually did in the end was I resorted to importing some steel, which in some ways was good because I actually found out that I was importing crops because I forgot to cancel some little random truck that was running around, being a bit annoying. You can see the harvest is underway, but we have literally started to run out of crops. We got there, so, and we got a bit of cash, but I feel what I need to do is actually suspend the export of food for the moment, simply because I just want to make sure that I've got enough crops to get right through until July. Just speed the game back up again. And of course the focus has always been on trying to get this ore processing plant finished, and I've been thinking about what I want to do in this area, and I'm thinking possibly another small steel mill here. I don't want to build a full-sized one, because if I show you, we can find the gravel and iron. The full-size steel mill would be nice, but it's going to take a lot to build. You can see it's going to require 241 steel, and to be honest, it's not where I'd want a full-size steel mill, because my long-term plan is to get up to somewhere around in this area here, because just to the north is the iron and just to the south is coal. So what I'd like to do is get up somewhere, say around here. In fact, I'm just going to mark it with a mud road. So I'm just going to put a big cross on the map here. Oops. So that's what I'm looking at. In fact, what I could do is run the road out here. The road's over there a little bit. Maybe I need to think a little bit more about it. But this is where I'm thinking of putting the what you could call the steel town. And I want to build it on a fairly epic scale out here, because this is going to be the primary source of the expansion across the map. We're probably looking at 2 steel mills with mechanical components, and of course over this direction here what I'd like is a major construction production area as well for bricks and prefabs, concrete, not concrete, cement. And of course what we're going to need to do is get all the associated rail connections in here so that we can shoot stuff all across the map. And then over this side also, what I'm thinking is a smaller construction area to take advantage of this coal, which will drive the construction expansion out this way. And of course we're going to need to get up to here to get some oil, which is going to be a bit of a problem. Okay, let's just get back over to here. Now, another thing I did during the winter was I did a really hard drive with the asphalting through here. You can see I've actually done that. I just want to check my road crew. I've got to keep them busy. They've been very super efficient. And one thing I would like to do is actually asphalt that through there, so that we can, because what I'm looking to do is try and speed up the traffic moving through here. Could do with finishing that as well, plus hopefully speeding up the actual lorries collecting the crops. Another objective I want to do is get the asphalting out to here, because we're going to have to haul gravel from here all the way up to here, because the little aggregate store here is nearly finished. It's just needs some workers in there. Get that done. I think you guys are You doing the aggregate store? Yep. We just need to get a few workers in here. Of course, the real big focus is this here. And I had been trying to build up some money so that we could get some dumpers out here to get this up and running. But I'm not totally sure that we're actually going to get away with that, to be honest. Actually, I just want to check something export-wise. How much did we make from gravel? Yeah, we make quite a lot from gravel at the moment. Why am I losing? I was losing money. The big reason I was losing the money is that down to the fact that what I was actually doing was buying in steel to force the issue here, because otherwise we'd this still wouldn't be anywhere near being built. So you can see we just need another ton of steel in here and this will be finished. Yeah, so I bought quite a lot of steel. In fact, if you see here, last month I bought about 30 tons of steel just to give the final push to this area here. And once this is built, what I'd like to do is get these conveyors built as quickly as possible as well, and this aggregate store. I think that needs to be the priority so that we can get this going at pretty full production. Because again, sorry I keep going back into here, but you can see coal imports is now getting to a fairly big price. Ideally, what I'd like to do is get enough coming up to here to be able to possibly even export some coal if possible. Now we got a construction office here, which I think I've got this office here. Once the ore processing is finished, we're going to switch you to the coal production plant, and then that will mean that hopefully we'll be able to stop importing some coal, and that will reduce my coal imports. But I do have a couple of trucks running around here which are still importing coal because they're exporting the gravel, but we may need to keep them going in the short term. Right, you have 54%. I think what I would really like to do is get that bit built. I know it's going to cause a no, can't do that with that. I think what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to work on this section here, because what I'd like to do is get both these roads asphalted and then this link asphalted so that we can get the speed through here as well. Now the other thing I also need to keep an eye on as well is, yeah, we're out of clothes. I need to find my little clothes truck here as well. We're gonna have to, I think it's this one. Where are you, little clothes truck? We're gonna have to stop the export of clothes as well, which is going to reduce my profit margins, but I just can't afford to get failures in these areas. So I'll just sell this half a ton of things and then you can slip back into there. So we're going to have to try and do what we're going to do on a pretty tight budget, because of course at the moment we've only got 500 tons of crops now to get us right through to kind of late July, including keeping our fabric production going here. Now another thing I would like to do is completely upgrade these guys as well and get rid of these open hole circles as well, but I think at the moment the priority has to be over here. We've now got this finished. Missing coal ore. What we need now is a bus. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a bus. How big's the workforce here? 15. I think what we might be able to do is do this with minibuses. Come in here. What we got here? Got 8, 7. Is that an 8 or a 6? I think this is 8. So if we get 90 kilometers an hour, I know we can't use that speed. I think if we, I mean they're quite cheap, so if we get a couple of these, now this is going to be quite important, so I think what we might do is, I've got to remember how to create a new line. I haven't been using this mechanic for a little while, so we're going to rename this Coalville processing. There, and of course we're going to save that. Got to remember set line to vehicle. Don't know if that will work. We're probably going to have to. Must admit, I'm not the greatest fan of this line tool. Add you to there. Get you running. Oops. Release. Release. Of course, what we'll have to do is what you. Of course, what we'll have to do is fix this now. And just get that there, and you're going to unload there. Just save you there. Of course, we can't enable line spacing until it's actually done a couple of trips. We've got that there now. What we need is a couple of dumpers to bring the coal ore to here. Now we don't actually have a drop-off point. I don't really want to build one. I'm going to have to spend the money on a couple of dumpers here. Just get here. $30,000. Oh, it's going to hurt. We got here 3.5. I know I'm kind of looking a bit cheapskate, but I've just had an idea. If I can what have you here? You for transfer steel. No, we're just gonna have to buy them. Bite the bullet and bite them. Buy them, sorry, not bite them. Dump I mean, we can always use them again later on. Now I'm not going to set a line up for these because this is just temporary. You're going to pick up there. You're going to pick up coal ore. Drop off there. Coal ore. You're going to pick up there. Coal ore. You're going to drop off coal ore. So what we're going to do is get those guys established and running. And of course, it's going to take a little while to get the workforce out here as well. We'll just get that ramped up, and then once that's kind of ramped up and running, we'll flip these guys onto off of importing coal and actually doing it. How are we doing from the kiln here? I mean, I'm going to keep some coal being imported in the short term, simply because this distance is just so long. Let me just check the road crew. Wow, these guys aren't messing about. Okay, let me just please finish that. So I'd like to get that built next, and possibly that bit as well. Or through here, but to do that, it's going to force the vehicles down around there. I just want to start really filling this area in. Okay, let's get back to here. So we've now got a workforce here. We just don't have the dumpers to deliver this here. I think this will work even with the mud road. We'll just take a look here. Of course, we've got a workforce in here, so we're actually going to start getting a little bit of processing going, which is 12 tons of coal ore worth. It's just short of 1,000. That's not bad, about 800. Let me just starting to make a little bit of a profit, and how long that's going to last. think I would. What are you guys doing? So we got that running now. Get them to get in there and prime the pump. What are you guys working on? We're only working on there. I think what we'll do is, I don't want to just assign lots of jobs, so we're gonna have to micro this through here at the moment. We got coal in there now. Where am I? Got myself a bit spun round. I've gone too far. Right. We're going to assign you to there. And I'm going to load coal. We're going to take you off of the import responsibility. And where is the... That's already at 90%, so we can't do any more than that. Now the next thing we've got is we finished this. Keep buying lots and lots of dumpers, that's the problem. See, once we got this built, we could get a connection up here where the gravel's brought out by dumpers and then the coal could be picked up and shipped back the other way. But do we have any really old dumpers in here that... Yeah, covered hole. Got a pretty old dumper there. So I think what we'll do is we'll send you to... What's the quality of the dumpers in here? Let me just see. You've got asphalt in the back of your dumper. I think what we're going to do is get rid of you and put you in there as well. I know these are old trucks, but I think for the until I've got some money, because you can see we're down to 235,000. I can't really afford to justify. What are you doing? You're picking up iron. Your job is going to be to go to... Oops, I should have sent these directly, shouldn't I? Not paying attention. Okay, you're going to go that way. Steal the mini truck. Oh, I lost a dumper. Oh, I'd sent one from here. Okay. Lots of open holes in here. Probably a bit too many. Seem to have lost a truck. Let me just check. Yeah, well, it's getting painful. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on this. Thank you, game. I think we're gonna have to steal. How many dumpers have, actually you've got a dumper, haven't you? We're gonna need you in an emergency. And what we're gonna do is you're going to in there. You're gonna pick up gravel and you're gonna deliver it to here. You're gonna there, and I want you're gonna continuously strive for 90%. I think the vehicles in here. What have you got? What's that there? Looks like there's a... You're an open hole. Actually, I think we're gonna move you to there. What I'm trying to do is sort... Oh, this is built now. I want you to move down to here. You down to here. And you to there as well. Don't think there's anything else in here. I think this is empty. I think we're get rid of you. Just clean the road up a little bit there. We'll leave this one here just in case I need it. And I know it's not going to be much of a road crew, but I can't really keep spending money on there. But what I'd like to do is, once we got a reasonable amount of gravel in here, and I know this is only a temporary gravel store, but I think it will work. What we can do then is switch this guy on to doing that, but at the moment he's working on connections, so he doesn't need gravel. In fact, actually, I think I don't want these vehicles stood around doing nothing. So I think what we're going to do is, you can just, this only needs 7.6 tons of gravel, so for one of these guys, he should be able to pick all that up in one go. So and then hopefully we'll get some gravel delivered into there. We've got lots and lots of coal in here. Is a bit of an issue, but until we get a nice big flow of trucks coming down this way, so we're still in the grind phase at the moment. We got 3, so how are we doing here? No coal, we got lots of iron. Let me just see what. Let's see, we're still spending 24,000 tons, but that's because wherever I can find one, at the moment we're exporting gravel and importing coal. But I think to keep this going and to more importantly, produce the components to build the conveyors. So what we need to have is a very targeted approach, and this road's finished as well, so we can get in another road up there. Now I just want to check that these guys are ready to unload. So we need to move you to unload. And I think the same here, we've got a new vehicle type. Top and fuel. Need to move you to unload. There. How are we doing here? So we're down to 202. This is going to get a little bit tight. This is the reason why I suspended the actual food, although this is actually being stolen by the alcohol truck. We got 43 tons of food in there. And what we have for fuel, we're okay for fuel. And we've got 169 tons in there. And we're actually built the fabric back up again. I think what we can do is our little rock buddy here. I'm gonna just turn you loose, do a couple of trips. In fact, where are you? This guy is really quick. He's very nimble. There he is. I'm just gonna keep you up there so I can see what you're doing. We need more vehicles. We need these vehicles to kind of do it. So if I could get up to about here, or before we start to need to harvest, that would be brilliant. We've got this here. You can see here we've got a full load of coal here, but where are you going? Oh no, you're going to the core. Oh. Yeah, so we need to get this road out here asphalted as well. But when we got that road there, is it going to be worth disrupting? I think it might be. But what would have to do is they would have to come in round that way. Yeah, these guys are going. You've got 10 tons of asphalt. What have you got in here? I think what we're going to do is let them finish this phase here, then we're going to go for it. We're going to literally asphalt all the way to here, and We're just gonna have to live with the consequences, whether I like it or not. Right, that is built. Let me just come here. And what we're going to do is get you onto that now. Because as soon as this is built and we've got a constant supply of coal ore to here, these two dumpers can be used to move, go to the distribution office. Right, so this could be a mistake, but I just want to do this. We're going to pick up from there. We're going to run all the way. You can get as far as there. And I suppose a possible spin-off on this is if we're asphalting out through here to get to, say, if we can get to, say, this road comes in here, this road comes around there, we can get to about here. During this time, the vehicles will be going up around the top there, won't they? Let me just check the close situation. Pull that down a bit. See, we're down to 229,000. I've got absolutely no orientation of where I am. Here we are. Okay, this is your last run again. Sorry about this. We'll just keep an eye on the dinky guy. There he is. I mean, he's really quick. If nothing else. He's a bit like wherever he's gone. The guy I was using to import the steel. He was going like grease lightning. Okay, put you back into there. I can't afford you stealing all the clothes because we're low on crops and we still haven't harvested. We're on the 6th of June at the moment. So we've got our mega road being built here. And what we'll have to do is rely on the coal imports coming in, keep the steel mill going. So let me just see, what are these guys working on? Not a lot. You're actually just working on the bridge. I don't really want them running all the way over there. I think what we'll do is we're going to get you on the prefab factory actually. To be honest, I'm not too worried about building the panels for buildings. What I really want the panels for is for when we finally get the ability to lay track. I think I am going to go for it. We're going to get over here. Let me just close this down a bit. I want a small steel mill in here, but how can we do this? We've got excavators in there, so we should be okay. Let's just have a look. More steel mill. Was this the one? I think it was this one, wasn't it? This is 94. This one's 14 tons of steel. This is 15 tons of steel. It needs 94. Is that the same as the one that, yeah, I think it was actually. Let me just take a look. Yeah, this one produces 14 tons of steel. So we, again, this is going to be very much a temporary steel mill to get things going. I think I'm going to put a conveyor in. I think a conveyor will give me a bit more flexibility if I can find it. And say for argument's sake we put the conveyor about there. Then we go to the factory. The money's just flatlining, but there's not much I can do about it. What I'm thinking is if I can get the steel mill out there, like that. probably a little bit high, but I'll be okay. Then what we'll do is come here on a miracle unloading bay, possibly about there, and you can come in. Are you kidding me? Where's that? There's a power cable there, isn't there? Come back here. Now that should connect, shouldn't it? You tell me that there's no too steep a descent. Game, you are annoying me. Let me just come in here. Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bit of leveling. I think I've got the. Just gonna have to kind of pull this through a little bit here. Just build you up. Luckily, because we're using conveyors, it should loading. So just get you there. You guys can just work on that road. But you don't have a lot to do, so just turn that off. Just pause. So what we got now is a. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? I bet I won't be able to get a road out of here. It's okay. Just come across deads. I think let's just put the wireframe on. Because it's going to take a little while to build this, I think we can just come straight across like that. Of course, what we're going to need here is an actual open store. Question is, would I want to build any mech components out of here? What did I use over here? What big store was this? I think I'd like something a little bit bigger than this. So maybe we can go back to a standard store here. Again, maybe go for a small open store like that. If I can get that just alongside the road like that. Might as well go the whole distance and put in, which is the one. What did I use to make the mech components? Don't really want to. Is this the one? I think it is, isn't it? At 0.888. And if I put this, say, over about here, that, then just check this. Are you kidding me? Okay. Demolish you. Let's have a look at the. There's too steep a descent. Right, it's just. Let's get a little bit of height here. Here. Is that gonna come out here now? So that will come out just like that. And then we'll put the I mean, ideally I would like it that way round. I don't think I've got any smaller component batteries. Let me just have a quick look. I think I think the small one will be okay. We'll just have to live with the fact that it's going off in the wrong direction. But then he can deliver back into. No, he can't deliver back into there, can he? Oh well, just have to go with that. And then Suppose what you have to do is kind of curve around like that down to there eventually. Okay, we got that built, but of course it's going to take a little while to actually do the honors. And what we can do is actually bit of a fail here. Let's turn, actually pause, put the auto search on. We'll just put you on to roads and footpaths. That's going to be your thank you, game. Game is can be a little bit quick sometimes. So if we do that, do you think you could find that bit of road there? Set you to 3,000 meters. These guys are really cooking. Disturbing this is worth it, to be honest. What are we doing? This is going really good. I think having the crane here is making a big difference. A little bit worried about this money. Right, we lost 17,000 last month. What did we lose it on? Yeah, it's the coal. See if I can intercept one of these guys that my gravel trucks that you got here. Yeah, okay, what we're gonna have to do, I know it's a bit dramatic, but I think we'll just have to just cut back on the coal imports. Yeah, you're the same. I know it's gonna curb my overall production, but I think if we do that and we curb the coal imports, and then what I might have to do is, see, this truck isn't moving. I think the problem is that because the storage here is too small, it sends out 2 trucks to pick up the coal from here, but because it's 20 tons in here, what we really need is this built. Let me just see. Yeah, we need the aggregate store. That has to be a priority as well. So what are you doing? Not a lot. I think we're going to get you working on... Oh, no, road connection doesn't exist. It's not that, it's that. I think what we can do now is move this guy from here. I think we've got enough gravel in there for him to use that. In fact, I think you need gravel or anything like that. No, you... Okay, he just needs steel and mechanical components. Everything needs steel and mechanical components. Yeah, Colville Road Crew. Are you still on auto detect? Yes, we'll take you off and remove you because you've got no workforce. Yeah, these guys can't do much about this road at all. They've got, all he's got is a... If I gave him a dumper, he could get started on this, but what we can do is assign you to there. How much gravel we got in here? We got 107 tons. I can dig a dumper up from somewhere. Oh, look at that. We give you a dumper. In fact, you're not really doing much with dumpers at the moment, are you? Because you're going to be literally moving. Yeah, I think what we can do is I'll put both the dumpers onto here. And then, right, what is this guy doing? Oh, he's rolling. Wow. Okay. Keep it going, guys. Really happy. We're on the 11th of July. How's the food situation? We're out of crops. We're now basically burning our reserves. How's the... We're okay here. We just need to get through a couple more weeks, which I'm pretty sure we will. Again, this is what's affecting my income, because we're no longer exporting alcohol either. So yeah, we've exported no. Yeah, so we exported a little bit of alcohol that week. So, but more importantly now, the coal is dropped down to 32,000. It's 5,000 actually. So we literally, so it looks like we got about one truck probably still importing coal. It's probably this guy. Quite happy just to leave him chugging along like that at the moment. So there he goes. These guys have just kind of. So how are we doing with the prefabs? It'd be really great to get this road in and functioning. And I could come back this way as well, because the harvesters don't use this section of road, so we'll build this section of road, this section of road, this section of road. Then we have to stop until the harvest is over, and then what we could do is build this section through in winter. Although I have to be a bit careful here to ensure that we don't disrupt the supplies of. What are you doing? What are you guys? What are you up to? We started. Oh, we started harvesting already. Wow, 17th of July. That's brilliant. So we're starting to get a few. But yeah, we're starting to get a few crops coming in now. So we've got over the crisis, which is brilliant. Crisis averted. What we need to do now is just get all this online as much as possible. You built that. Next job is that. I want to say we get this built, and these dumpers can be used to supply the coal to the other steel mill. And then of course if we get this built, and we can then build these conveyors in, we'll have a big accumulating supply of coal here. And what that will do is really start to open up this area here. We can actually start expanding the town. That's my over 21s. Still kind of sat there around 400. The population seems to have plateaued at the moment. We've got a lot of people who are not educated. Well, then again, we've got lots of children, so I'm quite happy with this. If we can get this built, how many over 21s have we got in this area? That because they're all kind of leaving from there. All the over 21s are up here. That's good. My super crews are bringing the harvest in here so fast. I really feel inclined to design farms like this going forward, especially in my Four Corners series. I think getting the workforce, adding a bit of a supplementary overflow on this, especially when you've got unemployed workers, I think will make quite a big difference. Look at that, we've even got workers in here. Is that because I've built the... Okay, so we even got a harvesting assist here. And I think that's about as far as I can get. I don't think there's any... So we've actually got the workers in 4 fields here. That's finished now. The pavers probably had to go all the way around here to get to here. Here he comes. He obviously waited for this to be delivered. So he's there. And what we need now to do is get the asphalt in here. Let's just see whether we've got problems with asphalt as well. Concrete's good. Yeah, we got the asphalt here, so we're not shortage here. Something I would like to do is replace the horses and carts in here. Don't want to spend the money. I want to stay over 200,000. I think we've kind of stabilised the economy at the moment, but it's not actually doing it. Let's have a look at the... Yeah, we've got crops coming back in again. I think I'm inclined to... a cargo station. I think at the moment all my covered holes are out, actually picking up from here. Plus this isn't over 59% at the moment. I'd like to get some crop exports here. I mean, we could do a little bit in the way of fuel exports at the moment, but I don't think I've got a tanker down in this area anymore. What we got here, I'm not even sure what this is. This is the meat guy. He exports the meat out. I don't think... How are we doing for meat exports? Yeah, we're exporting a little bit. I think we're just going to have to ride it for the moment and see how things go. Yeah, you're going good. Yeah, we're using up all that nice gravel over here. We're getting this bit here. And eventually we'll build this road in. And it'd be nice to actually asphalt out this way as well and up through here. In fact, where is the... Yeah, so that's there. So what we might have to do is asphalt into here, or at least as far as here, because this is where the aggregate loading is going to be. We don't yet. We've got no mechanisms here at the moment because we're trying to build this. I mean, even if we get this built, what I can do is use... It looks like these dumpers are kind of keeping... We could put a dumper on here that could bring the coal from here to here, and then set the pickup point to here, so that what they will do is they won't have to run here. Although at the moment we're not really getting the dumpers out here, and we'll probably come here and find, yep, he's still sat here doing nothing. I mean, it looks like we've got a bit of a problem from that perspective. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of an ad hoc delivery system at the moment. What I should have done is put a store in here, but there's nothing I can do about that at the moment. How are you doing? This is the charcoal kilns. I got some kind of restriction on here. No. And we've got 40 tons of coal in here. Why aren't you picking it up? I just had a thought. Hold up. He's off. He's off, he's off, he's off. I think I'm going to have to come up with some way I can artificially force this to compensate for the range. So he's back. Right, got a job for you. You go there. Because there's one way I can do this. Good job. From there. go to there. You will pick up coal and you will deliver coal to here. And what that will mean is this wagon will run down, pick up coal, come up to here, and then by some very unlikely event that this actually doesn't have any coal in it, what it will do is it will just take the coal back to the coal plant here and come back again. But what that will mean is that there's always going to be a truck moving around here forcing the issue. In fact, I'm very tempted to put let's have a look here. We're starting to export food again. Look at that. 14th of August, we're already starting to harvest these. And the crops are flowing into here. I think we're going to repeat that, I think. Dumper. What we got here? 6 tons. Okay. I think this is going to be the only way I can really force the steel and make component production. And then we'll just have to sort it out over time. We've got 36 tons there as well. Okay, let's just pick my road crew. Okay, you're doing that. I want you to do that bit now. Should have picked it up. Yep. We're going to work back to here now. Just had another thought. We've got coal in here. We need to put some wood out, but I'll do that after the video is finished. Yeah, I'm gonna buy another dumper. Let me see, something that maybe it's a bit smaller, a bit cheaper though, because these are 0.5, 6 tons. No, we'll buy another one of those. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick up coal from here. You're going to deliver coal to here as well. We're really going to force the issue. What I need to do now is find the one dumper that's still importing coal. Here, let's just see. Sources. Oh. Who is he's going to bring the coal into there. What I'm looking for is a truck coming out of here. We're going to have to do it the hard way. This is the one. You're gonna unload gravel, and we're gonna remove you. And we're gonna completely stop importing coal. That should save me 14,000 a month, and that should get things going. Yep. I know it's going to be less efficient, but I mean, ideally, what I would like is some. Actually, I just thought I get a dumper. No, because this has got a. I don't know. How is this going here? I've got 76 tons in here. And just. I mean, this is one of the downsides of distribution offices, because it just occurred to me that what I could do is repeat that route that I had to the border, is bring gravel out here. They can drop off the gravel, go up here and pick up some coal. Where are you? Where are those trucks that they set up? Okay, let me just find them. Probably all running all up around here, aren't they? Actually, I've just realised that I'm starting to go over long on this video again, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do off camera is find the trucks that I've just set up to bring in the coal to here, and then change them so they actually bring in the asphalt. In fact, I think there's one just coming here. Yeah. So truck aggregate unloading. What we're going to do then is add you and then go to there, and you can pick up. It's definitely gravels. Yep. And then you can drop off the gravel there. What that will mean is that we'll get a bi-directional form of transport going here. He's going to be a bit messed up in the short term, isn't he? Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.